Make sure to hit that subscribe button for the next great adventure. On the magical island of Paliki, life thrives as villagers celebrate their daily achievements. Amidst this paradise, stories of Tama, a guardian sea turtle, have been told for generations, with every mark on his shell narrating a tale from the past. However, the peace of Paliki is threatened when a menacing pirate ship approaches its shores, its intentions clear. When all hope seems lost, the legendary Tama awakens from his deep slumber, ready to protect the island and its inhabitants. Will the fearsome Captain Blackbeard and his pirates stand a chance against the mighty Tama? As the tides of fate turn, the legend of Tama grows, promising protection and hope to the people of Paliki. Chapter 1. The Awakening of Tama Paliki, a magical island, glistened in the sunlight, its emerald forests waving gently with the sea breeze. The pristine beaches seemed to dance as they met the clear waters. The birds, with their colorful plumes, sang sweetly, their songs echoing tales of ages past. Amidst this paradise, villagers of all ages went about their day. "Look at the catch today, Ailani," a fisherman, Kanoa, exclaimed, proudly holding up a shimmering fish. Ailani, a craftswoman, smiled. "And look at this necklace I made. It reminds me of Tama's shell." She held up a beautifully crafted piece. Speaking of Tama, old Manu, the village storyteller, sat by a bonfire, his voice weaving tales about the guardian sea turtle. "Every mark on Tama's shell," he began, "tells a story of a time gone by. He's watched over Paliki for eons." Young children played near the shoreline, their giggles harmonizing with the lapping waves. Little Lani, stopping her game momentarily, squinted at a distant shadow on the horizon. "Kai," she called to her friend, "do you see that ship?" Kai frowned, noticing the dark sails and the haunting skull flag. That's a pirate ship," he exclaimed. A wave of whispers spread amongst the islanders. "Pirates? Here?" Ailani murmured. "They must be after the island's treasures." But as fear began to grip their hearts, the ocean stirred. It was Tama, awakened from his deep slumber, sensing the potential threat. As he broke the water surface, waves thundered in all directions. His grandeur was awe-inspiring, casting an imposing shadow over the pirate ship. One of the younger pirates, eyes wide with terror, stammered, It's the Guardian, the one from the legends." Another, older and grizzled, muttered, "We're doomed. Tama's real." Captain Blackbeard, notorious for his fearlessness, looked up, and for the first time, uncertainty crossed his scarred face. "Retreat!" he roared. "We're no match for Tama." Sighs of relief and hurried orders filled the ship as they turned away, the sight of their dark sails slowly shrinking in the distance. On the shore, Lani, joy shining in her eyes, cheered, "We're safe! Tama protected us!" Her friends, hugging each other, echoed her sentiments, their earlier fears washed away by gratitude. As the sun set, Tama, the unwavering guardian, slipped quietly back into the ocean's embrace. And while he disappeared from sight, his legend grew brighter, forever illuminating the hearts of the Paliki people. Chapter 2. Shadows of the Past and the Lost Necklace. After the pirates left, the whole village was bubbling with happiness. Everywhere you looked, someone was laughing or hugging their friends. Little kids ran about with wooden swords, pretending to be brave warriors like Tama, defending their island. The beaches transformed into a festival. Huge bonfires sprang up like giant fireflies, sending sparks up to mingle with the stars. The most gigantic bonfire was where Manu, the oldest and wisest storyteller of Paliki, sat on a wooden platform. His eyes sparkled with tales of old, and tonight everyone wanted to hear one. Kai and Lani, the children who first saw the pirates, sat at the front, their eyes wide with curiosity. "Manu, tell us again how Tama came to be," Lani said, her voice full of excitement. Manu smiled, his wrinkled face folding into more wrinkles. "Ah, that's a tale worth telling on a night like this," he exclaimed. As Manu spun the tale of Leilani and Tama, a subplot was unfolding at the edge of the gathering. Ailani was frantic. Her precious necklace, the one that reminded everyone of Tama's shell, was missing. She retraced her steps with Miko, her younger brother. "I had it when we were dancing," she whispered. "I think someone took it." Miko's eyes went big. A thief in Paliki? But why? Back at the bonfire, Manu continued, "Many, many years ago, our island wasn't always safe. Big storms would hit us, and sometimes even scary pirates like the ones today. People were scared, so they prayed." Everyone was so engrossed in Manu's story that no one noticed Ailani and Miko sneak away, searching for the necklace. "The bravest girl, Leilani, had a special dream," Manu narrated, his voice dropping to a whisper. "The island spirits told her to jump into the deepest part of our sea when the first sunlight touched the water." Lani gasped. "Wasn't she scared?" Manu nodded. "Very scared. But she was brave too. And guess what? She didn't come back alone. Riding on the biggest, most wonderful turtle, Tama, she returned." At the edge of the forest, Ailani and Miko found footprints that weren't theirs. They followed them, hoping they'd lead to the necklace. Manu continued, "With Tama, the island was safe. And to say thank you, we promised to celebrate him every full moon." "But," Kai, always the curious one, asked, "why was Tama sleeping now?" Manu looked deep into the fire. "Sometimes, when things are okay for a long time, people forget to say thank you. Tama felt sad and went to sleep, but today he felt our love and came back." Meanwhile, in a hidden cave, Ailani and Miko found a small group of children, the youngest of the pirates who had come to the island. They looked sad and scared. One of them, a girl with a ponytail, held up Ailani's necklace. "We took this. We're sorry." Ailani, surprised, knelt down. "Why?" The girl replied, "We wanted a memory of this magical island, but now we want to return it." Ailani hugged her. "Everyone can change. Maybe you can be a good pirate and tell stories of Paliki's magic." Back at the beach, Manu concluded, "Never forget, children, the power of saying thank you and believing." Kanoa, his hands full of fish, declared, "Tama is our past, present, and future." The night ended with Ailani dancing joyfully, her necklace back in its place, the young pirates joining in, and the spirit of unity more vital than ever. The story of this night would be told for years to come, of bravery, belief, and the importance of saying thank you. Chapter 3. New Beginnings and a Heartfelt Promise. Paliki village stirred as the first hints of dawn brushed the sky. A palette of pinks and gold bathed the town, making it look like a scene from a fairy tale. The breeze danced amongst the trees, and Manu, sitting by a fire, chuckled. "Listen, children, the trees seem to be repeating our stories from last night." Little Lani twirled around, her makeshift shawl flowing behind her. "I am brave, Leilani," she declared, striking a pose. Beside her, Kai proudly showed off his stick. "Look, it's just like Tama's shape." Manu grinned. "You both bring the tales to life." As the village buzzed with activity, Ailani approached Manu, holding her treasured necklace. "This necklace, its return has filled my heart with gratitude, Manu." Manu nodded. "It's a symbol of our legacy, and those young pirates, they've shown there's good in everyone." Ailani's eyes sparkled with determination. "I've decided to host a feast, a celebration of second chances." Throughout the village, preparations were in full swing. Old women gathered, exchanging recipes, while children ran around collecting fruits. Men with fishing nets slung over their shoulders headed to the shore, hoping for a good catch. However, Miko's absence was noticeable. His mother asked, "Has anyone seen Miko?" In a secluded cave, Miko's voice echoed, finding Lyra lost in her thoughts. "You look like you had a lot on your mind last night. Why did you become pirates?" Lyra played with her ponytail, avoiding his gaze. "We had dreams, Miko. Dreams of treasures and adventures, but they quickly turned into nightmares." Miko sat beside her, gently pushing. "Would you change things if you could?" Leah met his eyes, her own glistening. "Without a doubt." Back in the village, the feast was ready. The delicious aroma drew everyone, including the pirates. Ilani gestured grandly. "Join us. Today is a day of new beginnings." Kanoa, standing tall, raised his cup high. "To new paths, redemption, and embracing second chances." The villagers cheered, glasses clinking in agreement. Leah, her voice filled with emotion, addressed the crowd. "We promise to stand by Paliki and Tama. This village, it's given us hope. We pledge our loyalty." Laughter, music, and dance filled the air as the day wore on. The beach ceremony at dusk was the highlight. The pirates stood, hands on their hearts, taking an oath to protect the island. As the ceremony ended, Ilani leaned into Manu. "It's remarkable, isn't it? How can enemies become friends?" Manu, ever the wise one, replied, "Life, Ilani, is full of surprises. Sometimes our toughest battles lead us to our most cherished allies." Under the blanket of twilight, the village of Paliki shimmered. A new chapter had begun, one that spoke of love, trust, and the magic of second chances. Chapter 4. The Great Adventure of Paliki. The first light of dawn unveiled Paliki, a quaint village with cobblestone paths and thatched rooftops shimmering in golden hues. From the market square to the alleyways, murmurs of the previous night's grand festivities echoed. Tales of spirited dances, exotic dishes, and once-feared pirates turning allies were the talk of the village. Beneath a magnificent old tree, known as the Heart of Paliki, sat Manu. Wrinkles mapped his face, and his deep-set eyes twinkled with tales untold. Delicately, he carved a wooden boat, his fingers dancing gracefully over the wood. "Grandfather Manu," piped up little Anna, "will that boat sail in water?" Manu chuckled. "Only if the winds of your imagination blow, dear." Standing apart, yet clearly engrossed, was Miko. His rugged exterior was a stark contrast to the innocence surrounding him. His reputation as a fierce pirate was well known, but today he wore the cloak of a protector. Nearby, Lani, the village's star dancer, was amidst a sea of pirates, showing them traditional Paliki moves. She swayed and turned, her feet matching the rhythm of the beating drums. Miko, trying to mimic her, tripped over his own feet, causing a roar of laughter. "I told you, Miko. Dancing is harder than sword fighting," Lani teased. Leah, with raven-black hair cascading down her back, approached Manu, a contemplative look in her eyes. "This village is like no other. What's its secret?" Manu, pausing his carving, replied, "Love, Leah. Genuine love makes every tune a happy one." Leah hesitated. "But will they remember us as friends or foes?" Manu gazed at the horizon. The sea, it roars and calms. Memories work the same way. Offer them calm, and they'll cherish it. Under the moonlit sky, the pirates, led by Kanoa, with a scar tracing his cheek, patrolled diligently. They were determined to uphold their promise of safeguarding Paliki. On one such patrol, young Kai approached Kanoa, holding out a pendant shaped like the heart of Paliki tree. "For you," he whispered, "a symbol of our bond." Overwhelmed, Kanoa knelt. "Your gift has a place right here," he said, tapping his chest. Word about Paliki, where once dreaded pirates and villagers lived harmoniously, spread like wildfire. Travelers flocked to witness this marvel. However, jealousy brewed in a neighboring village. Their eyes set on Paliki's treasures, they plotted an invasion. Breathless, Miko burst into Leah's tent. They're coming for us. We need to prepare. Leah's eyes flashed determination. We stand our ground. Alani, with the weight of leadership on her shoulders, addressed the gathered crowd. We've weathered storms and we'll brave this one. With unity as our anchor, we remain unyielding. Strategizing commenced. Walls were fortified, watchtowers erected, and the unity whistle was kept at the ready. Paliki was a fortress, not of bricks, but of a collective spirit. As enemy sails dotted the horizon, Paliki's warriors stood firm. Armed with slingshots, nets, and unbreakable resolve, they awaited the onslaught. When the two forces collided, the battle was fierce, but the spirit of Paliki, intertwined with love and camaraderie, proved formidable. The invaders, recognizing this unmatched strength, retreated. Joyous cheers echoed through Paliki. The pirates had indeed become the village's guardians. That evening, the sky awash with twilight hues, Manu leaned into Ailani. Remember, our strength isn't in barriers, but in the synchronized heartbeat of every Palikian. Thus, the tale of Paliki, where bonds of love transformed pirates into legendary heroes, was etched into the annals of history. Chapter 5. Echoes of a Legacy. Paliki was a magical village where everyone loved each other. Over time, the village had grown bigger and busier. People from other towns and villages came to see the bright colors, listen to happy music, and learn about the brave stories of Paliki. One sunny day, a group of old scholars came to Paliki. Scholars were like super smart teachers who wanted to learn everything. The leader of these scholars was a gentle older man named Alaron. Alaron had a long white beard and kind eyes that seemed to know a lot. We've heard so much about Paliki, Alaron said. We want to write your stories in big books so everyone can read about them. Anna, now a big girl, decided to show the scholars around. She was like their unique guide. Anna took them to the big tree in the center of the village, the heart of Paliki tree. She also introduced them to her old friend, Grandfather Manu. Grandfather Manu was sitting under the tree, telling stories to some children. One of the scholars pointed to a shiny pendant that Kanoa wore around his neck. It had the shape of the heart of Paliki tree. That pendant is extraordinary, Anna said. It shows the friendship between our villagers and the brave pirates. Alaron looked amazed. This pendant tells a story of unity. I think it should be in our books, he said, writing notes in a big, leather-bound book. That evening, the village had a big party for the scholars. Twinkling lanterns were everywhere, and the delicious smell of food was in the air. Lani, the village's best dancer, put on a show. She danced the story of Paliki. It was so beautiful that some scholars had tears in their eyes. But the night was not just about dancing and eating. Ailani, a village leader with a big voice, stood up. Paliki is special, she said. We need to make sure it stays that way. We should teach our children and even children from other villages all about our stories and our love for each other. Everyone clapped and cheered. They all agreed with Ailani. So they decided to build a big school in the middle of Paliki. It was called the Paliki School of Unity. In this school, children would learn about stories, dances, and even how to sail boats. Grandfather Manu, who knew a lot of stories, became the main storyteller at the school. He would tell tales of brave pirates and fun adventures. Miko and Leah taught children how to sail and read maps. Lani had a particular dance class where children could learn to move like the waves of the sea. Before leaving, Alaron gave Paliki a gift. It was an extensive library full of books. Reading is as important as being together, he told the villagers. Take care of these books. The years passed, and the Paliki School of Unity became famous. Children from faraway places came to learn there. Paliki was not just a village anymore. It was like a bright star that everyone wanted to see. In the school's garden, there was a giant statue. It showed a pirate and a villager holding hands. Below the statue, words were written. Together, we stand strong. Paliki had once been a small village, but now, with its big school, happy dances, and brave stories, it was like a treasure chest filled with golden memories. Everyone loved Paliki, and Paliki loved everyone back. The Little Star of Tomorrow. In the cozy village of Paliki, as the orange and pink hues of the sunset painted the sky, the streets came alive with laughter and joy. Twinkling lanterns lit every corner, casting a golden glow over the cobblestone paths. Children ran about, playing tag and telling tales of pirates and magic. The village wasn't just known for its beauty and the love and unity that bound its people. At the heart of this bustling village stood the Paliki School of Unity. It was a grand building with tall wooden doors, colourful windows, and a rooftop almost touching the sky. Inside, children from all over the world gathered, each carrying dreams in their little hearts. They came to Paliki not just to learn about numbers and words, but also to hear the legendary tales of unity and friendship that Paliki was famous for. Anna, a kind teacher with long black hair and bright blue eyes, loved watching her students. She often said, "Every child is like a blank book, waiting for its story to be written." One day, as Anna was grading papers, she noticed a little girl named Lila sitting alone in the garden. Lila was new to the school and had come from a faraway village. She sat by the statue of a pirate and a villager, their hands joined in friendship. Although the figure was grand and inspiring, Lila's eyes were filled with tears. Anna, concerned, approached her, asking, "Lila, why the tears on such a sunny day?" Wiping away her tears, Lila replied, "In my village, it's not sunny like Paliki. People argue and fight. I wish they were as happy and united as the people here." Anna, sitting beside Lila, said, "Paliki, too, had its cloudy days. It wasn't always sunshine and laughter. But with time, understanding, and much love, the clouds drifted away." Lila looked up, eyes full of wonder. "Could my village ever become like Paliki?" Anna smiled and said, "Every change starts with a small step. Maybe you could be the little sunshine your village needs." "But how?" Lila pondered aloud. "I'm just a little girl." Anna pointed at the statue and shared how a simple act of friendship between a pirate and a villager had united Paliki. She emphasized, big changes often start with small actions. With newfound inspiration, Lila decided to write a play about her village. With Anna's help, she penned a heartwarming story about misunderstandings, the importance of listening, and the magic of unity. The other children at the school loved it so much that they decided to bring Lila's play to life. They crafted costumes, built sets, and practiced day and night. News of the play spread like wildfire, and on a warm summer evening, the whole of Paliki gathered in the school's courtyard. As the play unfolded, the audience was captivated. They laughed, cried, and cheered as the characters on stage learned to understand and love one another. By the end, there wasn't a dry eye. Feeling proud and elated, Lila decided to take her play back to her village during the holidays. She hoped to share the magic of Paliki with her people. Arriving at her village, Lila met with skepticism. What could a little girl know about unity? Some elders whispered. But Lila was undeterred. With her pendant of the heart of Paliki tree swinging around her neck, she gathered the village children and began practicing. The day of the performance saw a hesitant crowd. But as the play progressed, the villagers began to see their own stories reflected in the characters. They understood the pain of misunderstandings and the joy of unity. Lila's village started its journey of transformation. Back in Paliki, the school received more and more students eager to learn the values that made the village special. Anna, watching her students play in the garden, felt a rush of gratitude. She walked to the heart of Paliki tree and whispered, "Thank you for the lessons of unity." That night, the tree seemed to glow brighter, its leaves rustling as if sharing tales of unity and love. Paliki, once just a tiny village, had become a shining star, a beacon of hope for villages everywhere, and in its heart was the story of a little girl named Lila, who showed that even the smallest voices could echo far and wide. The end. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for the next great adventure.